Okay, this is how I built my waterfall feature in my Alliance house. So I went ahead and started with the platform that I'm going to put something on top of, and these big boulders as stairs to get where we're going. And here's the two fountains. I'm going to go ahead and adjust them to make them bigger because we like big waterfalls. And we're going to move them over to over here so that way we can use the rocks that we've already placed to kind of hide some of these edges. But we want to keep the we still want to see the bubbles on the bottom because it gives kind of a good graphic with your water if you can do it. And then we're going to place our water down next. And we use the circular woolen rugs for this because they're dyeable and you can make your water whatever color you want. You just want to make sure you want to flip them because you don't want to see all those lines that are on the top of them. And for this waterfall feature, we don't have to have it up too far off the ground, because I don't think I'm going to put anything else underneath of it. But if you wanted to put something underneath of it because of collision errors, if you wanted to, just put something under here. So like if you wanted to do like a glow feature or another bubble feature, it won't collision error on you if you have this up a little bit higher. Because if you try to do it flush, it'll mess up. So we're just going to adjust that to where we want it, and then we're going to do another one. Make it big. We like water. We like to see a whole bunch of water. Just make sure that we cover the bottoms of these fountains enough is what our main goal is. I'm going to bring my water back down. And then while I'm here, I'm going to build a river so I can do a bridge over it, because that bridge will be a bridge over water and it will also hide some of these edges. And we're gonna try and get this as flush with the other one as much as possible so we don't see those lines. But we can always hide those lines under stones and whatnot. And it's just a rinse and repeat, just however much you want to do. So I think this is going to be good, except I don't want this to come through my stairway room. See, that's the collision I was talking about earlier. We don't want that. I can always hide that little corner later. Alright, then we want to do two more on the top of our fountains to cover the top of the fountains. So just like so. And then adjust the size down so it just covers the top of the fountain. And then again, you don't want to see the water moving, so we're going to go up just a smidge, just like that. So it's covering the top, but we still get our bubbles, but we don't see the water moving on the top, and we don't see the edges of the top of the fountain. And we're going to do it again. On this other fountain. And so this boulder actually helps on this side cover some of the edges. So now we're going to grab another boulder. We're going to do the hilltop boulder this time to hide as much of the body of the fountain as we can while still showing off our water. because we want to see our water. We just don't want to see the fountain. And you can rotate it and move it around as needed. So I'm also using it to help hide some more of my edges, because we want these to do a couple things, a couple duties. Because they take 5 points, we want to use it as much as we can for what we can. We're going to do the same thing here, and I'm going to adjust it up just a hair to cover up the edge back there, while still maybe showing off some of our water. I might just have to throw something else there to cover that edge. Okay, so to cover the edges of our water, you can use the big rocks if you want, but again, they're 5 points. They take up a lot of decor space. So you probably be better off using these stones, because they're only 1 point. And I think they're cheaper. I think they're only like 10 gold a piece. Whereas the boulders are a little bit more expensive. And you just use these to cover up your edges. And you can adjust the size. So for like here, I don't want these big huge pieces of slate stone covering up the entire top of my fountain. So I'm going to adjust their size down and rotate them around so that they don't take up as much space. Just like that. And you're going to do that for all your edges. Now, we still have some fountains showing right here. So you can do it. You can use these slate stones, or you can try and use some flowers to cover it up. It's just whichever is easier. For me, I think the stones are a little bit easier, and I can hide them a little bit better than I can the nature doesn't hide every piece. But what I do is I do this. I kind of angle them a little bit, and then bring them over here and just play with it and just keep adjusting them. Adjusting the angles, adjusting the size too, because we don't want these big huge pieces of stone. And just adjust them into the water so that way it still covers up the fountain and it just looks like a rock. And you're just going to do that for all the way around. And in the next part, once I have the rest of this put together, I will show you how I do a little walkway over across this little stream that I made.